made a video in over a month. I can explain. NaNoWriMo was a thing that happened. I was trying to reach my word count each day and procrastinating. Obviously I was way too busy to make a video, but we're back now. And I thought for those of you who are interested, I'd make a little video about how NaNoWriMo went. So instead of update vlogs, kind of a wrap-up situation. So this was my first year participating in NaNoWriMo, and I did actually end up winning on the last day, which was unexpected. I made the decision to participate in NaNoWriMo at the very last moment. That means I did all of my outlining on like the day before NaNoWriMo. And I'm not the kind of person who just sits down and comes up with a story. I like planning things and making lists and getting to know my characters and falling in love with them before I even start writing. And usually that's how I do things. But now, because it was also last minute, I didn't really have the time to do a lot of outlining. That's definitely something I came to regret during the process of NaNoWriMo, because it's just so much harder to really sit down and write a shit ton of words if you don't even really know where your story is going. I mean, I guess for some people that's how they write, but I'm definitely not one of those. I'm a planner. So there were a lot of things that during the early days of NaNoWriMo I came to regret, but throughout the months I found the thoughts of, oh man, I wish I'd done this differently, changing to, oh, I'm definitely going to do this differently the next time. Obviously I don't know if that's gonna happen, because next year I'll hopefully be in university and I have no idea how busy I will be, but I really hope that I do have the time for NaNoWriMo, and when I do, I want to start outlining as soon as possible and make sure that I know exactly what is going to happen in my story before I even start writing. I think that way it'll be much more enjoyable, it'll be much easier, less frustrating, and also I think I'll be happier with the result, because this time I did reach 50k in the end, but I don't really feel that achieved, mainly because my story isn't finished, and I don't know if it ever will be, because I still don't even know how my story is gonna end. And the story I attempted to write during NaNoWriMo is actually set in kind of a medieval world, which was a very bad idea, because I don't know anything about medieval-y stuff, and that doesn't mean I can't write a novel set in those times. And obviously it was fantasy, so it didn't have to be 100% accurate, but I mean, I couldn't have them like texting each other. Of course, I could write a novel set in medieval times, but it would mean some research and, you know, a lot of thinking about stuff and thinking about the world the story is set in and everything about that world. And I just didn't have the time for that. I just didn't have the time to create an entire world during NaNoWriMo. So basically what comes out of this is a list of sort of new NaNoWriMo resolutions. So things that I want to do differently next year or the next time I will participate in NaNoWriMo. And those things are: start outlining as soon as possible. The more I already know about the story I'm going to write, the easier it will be to write it quickly. The more I already know and love the characters, the more fun it will be to write. Next year during NaNoWriMo I am definitely going to try and write a contemporary novel. I mean, it doesn't have to be like cheesy contemporary romance, but it could be a murder story for all I know, but it would be so much easier if it's at least set in this world. Obviously, as I said, a fantasy setting or a dystopian setting is fine as well, but I would have to figure those worlds out before I start writing. So the easiest would definitely be to just create a contemporary setting. And the third point is that I am going to try and write my novel in Dutch next year. This time I tried English, and I knew this would be hard, but I just kind of wanted to see how good my English really is, I guess. I wanted to see if I could do it, write a novel in English. But writing a novel that is set in medieval times meant that I had to resort to writing Game of Thrones like English, which I embraced at first. I definitely gave that a try, but it turned out that was a lot harder than I thought it would be. So in the end my novel turned out to be this weird mix of contemporary English and medieval-ish English, and it was just weird. So I want to write a novel set in this time, and if I do that, I might try English again. But otherwise I will definitely write it in Dutch. So yeah, that's the things I took away from NaNoWriMo and the things I want to change when I participate again next year. If you did participate in NaNoWriMo, let me know down in the comments how it went for you. I'd love to hear your NaNoWriMo experiences. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry for everyone who doesn't care about NaNoWriMo. I will have another booktube video up soon. I'll try to go back to uploading videos regularly from now on. That is, if the lighting still allows me to record a video after 2 p.m. because look at this. Just look at this happening around me. It's like 3 o'clock. This should not be happening. God, I hate winter. I'm sitting down again, so I can't really do the falling out of the frame stuff, can I? I can still try. Goodbye. That probably looked really weird.